If you've clicked on this video because you're looking for 6 fun facts or 6 mainstream pieces of information about alcohol, then you've clicked on the completely wrong video, because I'm not going to be giving you that. Today in this video, I'm going to be giving you 6 disturbing truths about alcohol that will probably make you uncomfortable. Because at the end of the day, the world that we live in sees alcohol as a good thing. So when I say that I'm going to be giving you disturbing truths, I'm going to be giving you an alternative view on the situation. Now, I've not drank for over 3 years, despite a 10-year battle, despite calling myself an alcoholic, despite trying to stop 100 times. And what I've done is I've created a new paradigm. I see alcohol in a different frame of mind altogether. So these truths, I'm just giving it you raw. I am not going to sugarcoat any of this stuff, because listen, if you're struggling, if you're trying to put the pieces together, if you're trying to build that worldview, you need to hear it this way. And honestly, you guys will absolutely love this. This video has got the power to start that transformative process, really revealing what the hell is going on here. Why do so many millions of people struggle with this drug? Well, it's because of these 6 things that I'm going to be breaking down, so you need to watch this video in full. And just before we actually get into those 6 things, if you want my personal help stopping drinking and you want to go through the Sober Clear program, where we focus on number 1 is logically understanding alcohol using first principles thinking to get control of the drinking, then 2, we use coaching to really focus on the future and get momentum and start building a better life without alcohol. If you want more information on that, click the link in the description. There'll be a video to watch that explains the program, how the method works, how I help people. Then you can book a call beneath the video on that link, and then we can actually see if the program could be a good idea for you. And guys, just let me know in the comment section below whereabouts you are watching this video from, what state or what country or what city you're in. It'd be really cool to see where everybody's tuning in from. Now, the very first disturbing truth that I've got for you is that alcohol is the only drug on the planet where you get a label where you're somehow the problem if you can't control it. Which means getting told things like you've got a genetic disease, you're an alcoholic, you're powerless. Basically, alcohol is the only thing out there that if you can't control it, you are somehow the problem. And this is disturbing. This is disturbing to me, and it's disturbing to a lot of people, because if you're the problem, why does nobody else get a label? Why do alcoholics have this label for the rest of their life? It's just crazy. Like, why would somebody with a drug addiction to alcohol get a label, yet somebody with a heroin addiction, a gaming addiction, a porn addiction, a smartphone addiction, they don't get any labels? They remove the problem and get on with their life. Yet the only substance on the planet where you're the problem if you can't control it is alcohol. And I'll tell you why that's disturbing. Now, basically what happens is, I went to AA for about 3 months, something like that, when I was in my, early 20s. And I went to AA, and when I was at AA, I was told that I was powerless, I had a disease, I was born with this disease. I was probably an alcoholic before I ever touched my first drink. Crazy, but that's what I was led to believe. That somehow I was the problem. The drug was never the problem, it was me. There was an inherent thing wrong with me. Like, I was born with this problem. And basically after, a few months of AA and basically saying, I don't want to give myself this label, I don't want to come to these meetings, I don't want to do this, and I left, there was still a lingering part in my mind that really thought of myself as the problem. And it almost gave me a justification to live the chaotic lifestyle that I did, where I just got drunk a lot. And, there was kind of like this chatter in my head of like, well, I might drink too much, but I've got something wrong with me. I'm the problem, not the drug. It's me. And what do you think happens to somebody that tells themselves that they're the problem? All responsibility goes out the window. It's like, I don't care anymore. It's not my fault. It's just not my fault. I was born this way. And I think this can be dangerous. I think that this can be toxic. I think it can actually exacerbate the problem. And when we buy into this, we get told that we're the problem, so we can't be fixed. And I had to dismantle this idea that I was somehow the problem. And really, I just had to see alcohol for what it is. And then when I removed the alcohol, everything got better. I didn't need God's help. Not saying that religions or being spiritual is a problem, but I didn't need God's help. I didn't need to go to meetings. I didn't need to give myself any labels. And it's been 3 years, and things are getting better and better every single day. But the truth is that you don't need to give yourself that label, right? It's the only drug on the planet where we have to give ourselves a label, but I just don't believe in that concept. I don't believe in that idea. I'm not saying that there aren't people out there that give themselves labels and then actually stop drinking for the rest of their lives. I think I've told you guys before, my own mother has been to AA for 20 years. She believes that she's an alcoholic. But I'm sorry, I'm not buying into it. You don't need to buy into it either. So that's the first truth. Truth number 2, and I've hammered this on the channel so many times, but there are 0 benefits to consuming a poison. Now, I've just made another video recently talking about 5 ways that alcohol negatively affects the body, and I really urge you to check that out. There'll be a link up here. And in that video, I actually looked at an article online that was talking about the supposed health benefits of drinking wine, and then when I dived into that article, there was no wine in the study, there were no humans in the study, it was all done in a petri dish, and it was actually talking about one of the compounds found within wine. It wasn't even talking about wine, and the media had spun it into this headline, and what most people do is they'll be reading through these headlines and they'll just glance. And can you imagine this, right? Let's just break this down for an example. You've got a mum that's very stressed and having a tough life and having to work and manage a house and do all this stuff. Now imagine that mum's, when she's told herself that morning that she's done with alcohol. She's not going to drink anymore. You know, she might have had a few drinks the night before, feel really bad, and then told herself that morning that she's done. When she's scanning through the news headlines and she reads that, is she going to click on that article? Maybe. But what is she going to do? She's going to see that, and now she's got an excuse. Now she's got a reason to drink. Right now she's got a reason to put ethanol in her body and go back to square one again. And that's that's the world that we live in. The world that we live in has this underlying tone that alcohol is beneficial to us, that it helps us, that it enhances our life, that there could be a few benefits to consuming a little bit of poison. What would you say if tomorrow the news started saying, there's a little bit of a health benefit for smoking crack? Would you start picking up a crack pipe because there could be a bit of a benefit? Of course not, because you know that it's dangerous, it's addictive, it's poisonous, it's toxic, it will screw your health. But then we see these exact same headlines on alcohol and we're like, thank God for that. I'm sorry, but that is just the world that we live in. It's ludicrous, it's crazy, it's a disturbing truth because there are no benefits to putting a toxic poison in your body. Yeah, do you know what? Maybe the compounds in wine, maybe the resveratrol has a benefit to it. But you could just buy a supplement, right? Maybe there are antioxidants in wine, but you could just have some fruit. You don't need to consume the ethanol, the poison, as well as the thing that could be beneficial, right? So there are no benefits to consuming alcohol. You really got to be clear on that. And this leads me to point 3. And I don't think I've shared this on the channel before, but I want to make this distinction clear. Now, there is no correlation between alcohol consumption and success. I remember when I was in my mid-20s and, I used to believe that successful people drank, right? Adults drank. Charismatic people drank. Business people drank. I used to believe that there was a link between being an adult and being successful with alcohol. Now that has been dismantled in my life because, well, in my own experience, when I was drinking, I was operating at like 40%. Once I removed the alcohol, things just got better and better and better and better and better. Life just keeps going up and up and up. So already from my own experience, I've dismantled that idea that somehow alcohol and success are linked together. Not only have I experienced that, but I've seen time and time again that when people remove alcohol, life just gets better and better and better and better from people that I've worked with in the Sober Clear program. Like Todd lost 30 pounds, Kevin's not drank for 6 months and just feels better and better every day after 40 years of drinking. Dana's having record months in her business now. Like, why do good things keep happening to people that stop drinking, yet we hold on to this idea that somehow being successful and being an adult and being mature is somehow related to your alcohol consumption? It's just not. It's not true. And I've done research now looking at celebrities that have stopped drinking and their careers have skyrocketed. And really what people are doing that drink alcohol is they're just operating at 75, 60%, whatever it is. So yeah, you know what? They might be successful and they might drink because they've just got so much potential, so much energy, so much good stuff to give to the world. But like a great example that I did recently on the channel was Bradley Cooper. Bradley Cooper stopped drinking and his career just skyrocketed. And there are just so many examples of people that remove alcohol and things just go on an upward trend. So you don't need alcohol to socialize and sell and build businesses and relax after a hard day of work. There is no correlation between the two. I'm not saying that people don't succeed when they drink, but I'm telling you, when they remove it, it's like taking the brakes off things. It just, I'm getting pumped talking about it because I know that so many people can remove alcohol and just the impact it will have is humongous. The business improves, the health improves, the relationships improve, the families start respecting them better, they step up as a leader, everything gets better. Which leads me to point 4. And point 4, it's disturbing because not many people see this, but stopping drinking isn't actually difficult, right? It's a decision. It's just a decision the same way that you decide to brush your teeth in the morning. It's not hard for you to decide to turn the TV off. Or maybe it is if you're watching a great show, but you get the point, right? It's not hard for you to decide to go to the toilet. They're just decisions. And the thing is with alcohol is it can be a decision as well. You can decide to stop drinking it, but this happens when you change the way that you view it. It's all about your relationship to the drug. If you see it as a good thing, if you see it as the way that everybody else sees it, and you don't question those beliefs, and you don't break them down and rebuild them, then it will be difficult for you. But it is 100% possible for it to be simple, for it to be effortless, for it to be enjoyable as well. And the way that you do this is you apply first principles thinking. Instead of using common sense, You build things up from first principles, and I've actually made a training video in the description below. If you click the link down below, you'll put your email address in, and there's an in-depth video there that explains how to apply this mental model to make stopping enjoyable and effortless. It doesn't need to be a fight, it doesn't need to be a battle, it can be fun, it can be positive, and it doesn't need to be like you're gritting through it every single day. But that's only once you've changed the way that you view alcohol. And that happens through, like I say, doing first principles thinking, reading books, investing in courses, investing in programs, really just figuring things out until things click. And when they click, it's the same way that you're going to brush your teeth in the morning. It's a decision. Which leads me to the fifth disturbing truth. And all that alcohol is ethanol. A neat pint of ethanol will kill you. You will die if you drink it. And all that is in a bottle of wine or a bottle of beer and these fancy marketed things is poison, and then some sweetener or some other, product that balances out the taste of ethanol, right? Most people don't realize that. Most people just see the wine. They see the beer. They see the spirits. What they don't see is that is ethanol, right? The same stuff that you use to clean the bacteria off your hands is the same stuff that you are drinking. The same stuff that you clean floors with is the same stuff that you are drinking. It's ethanol. It's a poison. It's a toxic substance that is doing nothing but dismantling your courage, crushing your health, crushing your relationships, stopping you from stepping up in life. It is doing nothing for you, and it is a poison and nothing else. Which leads me to point 6, and this is the worst one of all. And it's really that we are just conditioned to see it as a good thing. Now, if you woke up tomorrow, and I've used this example before, but if you woke up tomorrow and all of a sudden bleach was the new thing in town, right? Bleach was the thing that everybody was drinking. You went down to the bar and everybody's got like 5% bleach. They've got, bleach with grapes. They've got IPA bleach. And if you went to a bar tomorrow and everybody in there was drinking this bleach, would you get involved? No, of course not. There's not a chance in a billion years that you would get involved at drinking the bleach. Yet with alcohol, that's exactly what's happening, right? We go to a bar, we see people drinking all of this stuff, and we think it's normal. And this has just happened from the day that we've been born. We've been conditioned over time to see it as this good thing. But it's not good. It's a poison. And when you can see it for what it is, the decision to drink it is instant, it's enjoyable, and it's fun.